What's up, my derps? It's your boy Gregolis, and on today's episode of Cast Guidance, we're going to talk about how to prepare for your next session. All right, go ahead and add a D4 to your ability check, and let's get better at D&D together. Before we begin, don't forget, roll to hit that subscribe button and add an extra attack to the notification bell so you don't miss any awesome content. Preparing for anything is a life skill that we all should have. Being a good Boy Scout meant thinking about everything you'll need to survive, and this falls true for those who want to survive at the table. Here are a few easy steps to better prepare for your next session. Tip 1. Organize your PC. When I say PC, the hope is you know I'm talking about your player character and not your desktop computer. At this point in your illustrious career, I'm working under the assumption you've got at least a few sessions under your belt. If not, the rules still apply and should help you build a better relationship with the others at your table. Organizing your character can simply mean getting your character sheets together or making sure you have access to them via the internet. However you play, digital or traditional, make sure you know where everything is. Ensure you've got your equipment set, you're familiar with your stats, and you've spent some time memorizing your more important actions and spells. Now's the time, outside of the game, to know whether Charm Person can be used in combat or socially, both, or what your save DC is on the Wisdom saving throw for Tasha's hideous laughter. These are small things that should always be in the back of your mind to help keep the table immersed in the story. Organizing yourself offline can only help you get more immersed yourself to be more awesomer at the game. Then you could go back to the tapes and hear or watch your incredibleness, which leads us to tip 2. Tip 2. Review. Reviewing your sessions can be very rewarding, whether re-listening via podcast, re-watching on YouTube, or simply listening to a recording of your session off your phone. You can really learn a lot about your character, your game, and your table's perception of you and the world you're all diving into. It's really easy to miss the subtlety of interactions when you're deep in a session. Maybe you're just too busy thinking about the next move, or you're lost in thought, or you're totally distracted by the text your mom just sent on your phone. Whatever it is, going back to the tapes to review your session only serves to teach you what you liked and what you want to improve on. This will make you tighter with the others at the table and can lead to some great ideas and strategies for your group. Strategizing can also be a hugely rewarding downtime experience. That's why it's tip number 3. Tip 3. Strategizing. Interacting with other members at your table outside of the game to get everyone thinking about their next moves in combat or defining the group's goals and objectives can be one of the best parts of playing this game. The game doesn't need to end as everyone leaves the table. Start a Discord group or join ours, link in description. Include a group text chat, or figure out whatever new fandangled app these kids are into nowadays, and get strategizing with your table. Involving others in your line of thought will help them understand you and your character better, and hopefully will encourage them to do the same. This can only assist in creating a more balanced and focused table. Speaking of focus, have you been taking notes? That's why it's tip number 4. Tip 4. Note-taking. If you haven't already, start taking notes. And if you have been taking notes, read them. I like to open my notes right before a session so it's top of mind. In fact, the day of our show, the D&D show, I rewatched the entire previous episode, and before sitting down at the table, I go over all my previous session notes. This keeps everything very fresh in my mind. It's not like we don't miss a few things as a group and have to rely on our DM to fill in the blanks, but this helps keep everyone honest. Notes are the backbone of a long campaign, especially a homebrewed one. People, places, and things, aka nouns, all get logged into my notes, and I can reference them after a session or just before so that we're not flipping through a Rolodex midstream. Another pro tip I highly recommend is tip number 5. Tip 5. Ready your dice. This might seem kind of obvious, but it's a super pro tip to have all of your main dice ready when you sit down at the table. Not just with you, but rather laid out on the table in front of you, so you can easily grab whichever ones you need. This will make combat and other interactions much speedier. You'll be prepared when called upon and not have to go rummaging through your own bag of holding to find the 8d6 or whatever you need to cast Fireball, which we all know is your favorite spell. It's a small but sometimes not obvious tip to help improve your playership at your table. These are just a few of the tips on how to prepare during your downtime or offline period to improve your games. Let's quickly recap the top 5 tips for preparing for your next tabletop session. Organize your character sheets and memorize your main actions. Review the tapes and get a feel for things you can improve on. Strategize with your team and develop better relationships. Take notes and review them so it's fresh. Have your dice ready to go. Well, I hope you enjoyed my tips on how to prepare for your next session. Do you have any great tips you like to use during your offline time? Comment below so we can all get better together. Don't forget, D&D isn't a game you win. Let's cast guidance on each of our tables to enhance each other's experiences. Thanks, Derps. See you next week with more from me, your boy Gregolis. Hey Derps, thanks for watching. We're trying really hard to build this channel up, so if you could give us a subscribe, that would be really helpful and appreciated. This community matters to us, and we want to hear your voice. Let us know what you liked or didn't like, and let's chat in the comments. Also, don't forget to check me out playing D&D on the D&D show every other Sunday. The link should be somewhere over here, or here, or here. Thanks!